Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the way you spend your 24 hours determines whether you succeed or struggle? That success isn't just about working hard, but about working smart. And what if I revealed to you a simple formula, a strategy so effective that it has shaped the lives of the world's most successful individuals? It's called the 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule. You may have never heard of it, but after today, you'll never forget it. Life is like a ticking clock. Every second, every minute, every hour, it all adds up, and how you use those hours will either push you toward success or drag you toward exhaustion. Too many people wake up, rush to work, grind to the day, come home exhausted, and then repeat the cycle. They tell themselves they have no time to grow, no time to relax, no time to live. But what if I told you that balance is not only possible but necessary? The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule is not just about managing your time. It's about mastering your life. It's about dividing your 24-hour day into 3 equal parts: 8 hours for work, 8 hours for personal development and leisure, and 8 hours for sleep. Now, let's start with the first part, work. Work is essential. It pays the bills, puts food on the table, and helps us build careers. But somewhere along the way, society convinced us that the harder we work, the more successful we'll be. That if we sacrifice sleep, relationships, and our health, we will achieve greatness. But let me ask you, what's the point of success if you're too exhausted to enjoy it? The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule challenges you to rethink the way you work. Instead of drowning yourself in endless tasks, focus on efficiency over effort. If you can accomplish in 8 hours what takes others 12, you've already won. The key isn't working harder, it's working smarter. It's about prioritizing, eliminating distractions, and mastering time management. Because the truth is, if you can't get your work done in 8 hours, the problem isn't time, it's you. Now, let's talk about the second 8 hours, personal development and leisure. Personal development isn't just reading books or taking courses. It's anything that makes you a better version of yourself. Exercising, learning new skills, spending time with family, pursuing hobbies. These are not distractions from work. These are the things that make work meaningful. How many people go through life without truly knowing themselves? They wake up, go to work, and repeat the cycle without ever stopping to ask, am I growing? Am I learning? Am I living? The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule forces you to step back and invest in yourself. And then comes the final part, sleep. Do you know what separates high performers from the rest? It's not just their work ethic, it's their recovery. Athletes, CEOs, and world-class leaders don't just push themselves hard, they also rest hard. They understand that rest isn't a sign of weakness, it's a strategy for greatness. So, ask yourself, are you following the 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule? Or are you stuck in a cycle that is robbing you of your full potential? Imagine waking up every morning with $24 in your pocket. Each dollar represents 1 hour of your day. You can spend it wisely or waste it, but by midnight, whatever you haven't used disappears forever. That's exactly how time works. You don't get it back. You don't get a second chance. The way you spend your 24 hours determines the quality of your life. Now, let me ask you, have you ever heard of the 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule? This simple formula divides your day into 3 equal parts. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for personal growth and leisure, and 8 hours for sleep. It may sound too basic to be revolutionary, but let me tell you, this rule has the power to change your life. Most people live in extremes. Some work 12 to 16 hours a day, believing that success comes from constant grind. They sacrifice their health, relationships, and happiness, hoping that one day it will all pay off. But when they finally reach their goal, they realize they are too exhausted to enjoy it. Others take the opposite approach. They live only for comfort and entertainment, spending hours scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV, or partying, but wonder why their lives lack direction and purpose. The truth is, success isn't about working the most. It's about working the smartest. The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule forces you to be strategic. It forces you to ask yourself, how am I spending my time? Am I investing in my future, or am I just existing? Now, let's talk about the first 8 hours. Work. Work is a necessity. It gives us purpose, stability, and financial security. But somewhere along the way, we've glorified overwork. We've started measuring our worth by how busy we are. People say, I don't have time for myself because I'm working hard. But let me tell you something. Being busy doesn't mean you're being productive. Some of the most successful people in the world don't work 14-hour days. They work smart. They focus on results, not just effort. They plan their days, eliminate distractions, and get more done in 8 hours than others do in twice that time. If you think you don't have enough time in the day, ask yourself, where is your time actually going? Are you spending it on tasks that push you forward, or are you wasting it on things that don't really matter? The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule teaches us that productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things. Now, the second 8 hours, personal development and leisure, this is where most people go wrong. They think personal growth is optional. But let me tell you this. If you are not growing, you are dying. Think about the most successful people, leaders, entrepreneurs, world-class athletes. What do they all have in common? They never stop learning. They read, they exercise, they invest in their skills, they spend time with people who challenge them to be better. But let's be honest, how many people actually use their free time for self-improvement? Most of us waste it. We scroll mindlessly through social media, watch meaningless content, or get lost in distractions that add nothing to our future. Imagine if, instead, you dedicated a few hours each day to learning a new skill, improving your health, building meaningful relationships, or pursuing a passion. Imagine how much better your life would be in a year, in 5 years. The problem isn't that we don't have time. The problem is that we don't prioritize. And then there's a final 8 hours, sleep. Some people wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. They say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. But guess what? If you don't sleep, you'll get there a lot sooner than you think. Sleep is not wasted time. It is your body's reset button. It heals you. It makes you sharper, stronger, and more focused. Some of the highest performing individuals in the world, athletes, CEOs, innovators, they prioritize rest because they understand that energy is more important than time. You can have all the time in the world, but if you don't have the energy to use it well, it's useless. The 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule reminds us that burnout is not a sign of success. Working yourself to exhaustion is not the path to greatness. It's the path to an early breakdown. If you're not taking care of your body will eventually force you to stop. So now I ask you, are you living by the 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule? Are you balancing your time between work, growth, and rest? Or are you stuck in a cycle of overwork, wasted time, and exhaustion? Remember, success isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. Good luck, and thank you.